So now some of you are seeing me for the first time. I might be very new to some of you. Some of you have attended this session already and you are here for a revision. For the benefit of all those who are attending this program for the first time, whenever I announce a new batch, you can attend the session. So at no additional cost or anything. If you wish to attend, you can be a part of it. Unless and until I have too many participants, I would like to restrict the number of people who can join the session. But otherwise, you're welcome to attend the upcoming batches as well if you need a refresher of what you have already learned. Having said that, do not miss out on any sessions thinking that you can attend along with the next batch, because I am not often, I'm not quite sure how frequently I conduct these batches. Uh, I I was sticking to only one-to-one sessions because I felt that that was more satisfying. But later I realized that some people wanted to attend group classes as well. So very skeptical. I just started with one batch, but I started getting requests for the second and then for the third as well. So because of which I'm adding new batches every uh, once in a while. Fine. Now, as I already mentioned, I might be very new to some of you. So to know more about someone who's very new to you, someone whom you are meeting for the first time, what can you do if you want to know more about that person?
Sir, can I tell?
No? Hold on. Yeah. Praveen has to hold on. Yes, Sanjay?
Can I hear, sir?
Yeah, I can hear. What is that? If you want to know more about a person whom you are meeting for the first time, what should you do?
Yeah, I would ask to him what he's doing now.
Yeah, so you would ask some questions. Yeah. So I want each one of you to ask me at least one question so that you can know more about me. I think you already have a question, Sanjay. Please go ahead. Questions about me. Yeah.
About you.
What is your profession? Finally.
What is my profession? Yes, Mahendran. So my profession, I'm a freelancer. I'm an English language trainer. I work as a teacher, an English language teacher at British Council, where we teach business English, general English, and spoken English, and English for young learners as well. Young learners are aged between 7 to 17. We have different age groups like 7 to 8, 9 to 7 to 8, 9 to 10, 11 to 12. Different age groups like that we teach for young learners, pre-teens, teens, all of them. So that's one of the professions that I have right now. Other than that, I'm a writer. I have written 3 books so far. One was about the mistakes I made as a teacher and what I learned from those mistakes, so that it would help other language teachers to enhance their skills. And then there was another one that I have written about for enhancing vocabulary, which is called My Little Book of Learning. It is available on Amazon Kindle. But the book I wrote for teachers is available as a hard copy as well on Amazon. So, and then another one, again, it's on Kindle. It's a short collection of a few poems that I have written. So I'm an author, a teacher, a corporate trainer as well. As I'm a freelancer, I conduct some trainings for a few corporates. So these are a couple of things that I do right now. So as a freelancer, I work for corporates, I work for some educational institutions. So my youngest student is 6 years old and my oldest student is 64 years old. So I love to cater to the needs of this wide range of people whom I teach. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for your more about you, because I think I worked with you, believe it.
So once upon a time, I was an engineer as well. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I moved out right now. Yes.
Great.
I'm a freelancer. I'm IT consultant right now. My profession will totally change compared to your profession. Yeah.
True.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yeah. Please do it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sanjay, go
sure.
ahead.
Yes, Sanjay, your question.
I want to ask you how you came to write book.
How
So,
I came to write a
uh,
book.
uh,
Okay. So, writing has always been something that I really love to do because I have a feeling that it's a place where I can express everything that I wish to. And there is not too many people to judge. Of course, if I release it as a book, people can comment on it, all that can happen. But unlike speaking, where you get immediate feedback and you start wondering what people are thinking about you, when writing, you can just express yourself more. So, when I was a child, when I was a teenager, I wrote a book about my maternal grandparents, a booklet like 15 pages or so, and later about my mother as well, because she has 20 years of experience in teaching. So I wrote about her teaching experience. So another short booklet. And later, very recently, like in less than a year before, I came across a person who helps people to write books. He's not someone who will train you on vocabulary or writing skills, but it's just he gives you a pattern that you can follow to make sure that you finish your book. You should already have an idea, and he will give you suggestions to make sure you can put everything in place and finish your book within 5 days, and also launch it. So that way, I got to publish my first book because I was thinking about it a lot. But when I heard about this challenge, 5 day author challenge, I decided to take it up, and it did come out well.
yeah, thank you, sir. It may help a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Any other questions from you? Sunita ma'am, any question from your side?
Any question?
So right now I have not any question.
No problem. Yeah, no. Thank you. Okay. So, Napal, any questions from your side?
Yeah, one small question. So, as Sanjay mentioned now, how you came to write a book.
Correct.
So, is that the right way to ask this question? That how you came to write about a book?
So, how you came to write? Actually, a better way to put it would be how did you get to know about writing a book, or how did you come up with the book? That would be better. How did you
Okay.
manage to come up with it, or how did you come up with the book?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, my second question may be to you.
Yeah.
How you are managing your lifestyle after COVID?
That's that was initially the worst thing that happened because I was teaching at British Council as a part-time teacher. So you know what happened to all the part-time staff because of COVID, right? So same thing happened to me also. So almost no work from the source that I was relying on heavily. So I had to look for other sources. So I immediately went back to my previous employer. Fortunately, they were also hiring freelancers, it did work, but then the pay was just 1/4 of what the British Council paid me. So I had to do something else after that. I started my own workshops, and one of the business schools approached me to train their people, train their students. And later, this same person referred me to some of the other institutions, so not institutions exactly, some other individuals. So some one-on-one sessions came up, and later some of the corporates started approaching me after seeing my profile or after hearing about me from some sources or the other. So some of you are a part of my WhatsApp group or the Facebook group where I keep sharing tips on a regular basis. I used to write a post every day, but now the frequency has reduced. But then I consistently wrote a post related to language almost every day for nearly 2 years, and now it has reduced weekly thrice or 4 times I post. But still, that helped me to uh, build more confidence. People thought like maybe I'm a reliable source when it comes to teaching language. So that's how other things came to me. But otherwise, I'm glad that I could stay at home. I could save on my travel time to travel to reach British Council. Usually takes 2 hours easily from my home, and to come back it was even more hard because I live at the outskirts of the city, and the frequency of buses would reduce later in the night.
It's good to know. So hope after this pandemic started, initially we faced some challenging time, but now we have adapted all this online culture, and I think you are also very well adapted now and the new way of teaching and find this way comfortable compared to the old one.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very
Yeah. Thank you.
thank you.
Sir,
Yes, Praveen. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
Yeah,
What all are your hobbies?
my hobbies. I love to I love to sing. Uh, I learned Hindustani classical music for 2 years when I was in Bangalore. After a gap of another almost 1 or 1.5 years, I have again started learning. But now I have started with the Carnatic music. May I know who is Divya? I don't remember seeing her name in the registration.
Yeah, that's from my end.
Oh, that's from your side. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, singing is one of my hobbies. Other than that, reading books. It's recently I'm becoming a fan of listening to audiobooks, but then I like both. Uh, Not so much of an avid reader, though I wish I could be, but I love to read also. Other than that, I love to write. I can write as long as I can. I can write poems, I can write essays, I can write just my thoughts for 3 or 4 pages. So that's one way of meditation, I would say. Just keep writing whatever comes to you. Yes. So Tenu, one question from
Sir,
my side.
why you like this job?
I love this job because I don't think there is exactly a because here. I just love this because I don't realize the time passing by. I can teach any number of hours in a day. I mean, unless I get exhausted because of long hours of standing or talking, or my throat becomes dry or anything like that, I can do it for however long it takes because I just love this. The first time when I went for the teacher training, I stood in front of the people and taught. I made mistakes. I was not so good, but then the joy of doing that was really great. I had fun, and it was great to see people change. Even a small percentage of change in someone is really great. Yeah, and in most cases, I'm able to make people feel more confident than they were before. So that's another primary reason why I love this job.
Yeah. So I have another question which is out of order. So
Sure.
can I
Yeah.
go ahead?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
See, I have a people who are surrounded me, okay, which has know what is English, how to do English, or talk English. But the only thing is like the mistakes, the grammatic mistakes, or when typing emails, the communications. So, there's any particular tools can be used because I've used something like a Grammarly tool, which is something like professionally used. So sometimes it's unofficial. Like Outlook mostly will give out Outlook, but when coming to some personal emails, on which I use it, I use my laptop means I have a Google Chrome, which is established like Grammarly, so I can use that particular tool. So like how to draw, like by speaking we can able to make mistakes down, make it down, or the pronunciations, because the vocabulary or how you use the words, right, that cannot be taught. That should be it's a process of something like learning, or it's a process of talking. It's a process of ongoing things. If you start talking, if you start understanding people's the language, right, that then only it will be easy, right?
Yeah.
So any idea in that how you can give any tips on that before starting?
Definitely. So we will have one standard assignment for all our for all the 10 days that we have the program. And the standard assignment is going to be very simple. Uh, Takes 15 minutes of your time. Make sure you all of you have 15 minutes of your time. This is going to be listening and speaking. Listening is a very, very important skill if you want to get better at speaking. That's how you learn your mother tongue, Tamil or Malayalam. Half of you here speak Tamil as the first language, or Hindi or whatever language you speak. So you first listen to that, and then you spoke that language before you learn the grammar of the language. The moment they introduced the grammar of your mother tongue, you found it more confusing. Till then, you are fine with speaking the language and using it, right? So it's the same thing you can do with English as well. So what should we do? First, listen, and then speak about what we listen to. A lot of my students have told me, like, listening doesn't help me. The reason it doesn't help is you listen and you forget. So, but then after listening, talk about it. So now this is a target that you have, so that as you have to talk about it, you will listen more carefully. So in our schools, in our colleges, the teachers always said, listen, listen, listen. But then half of us never listen to anything, because instead of saying listen, give them a purpose to listen. Now, the purpose that teachers usually give is like you have to score good marks in exam, which is going to come 1 month later. Or if you have to do well in life, which God knows when will happen. So instead of any of it, let them know that listen to this audio or listen to my class for the next 10 minutes and answer these 5 questions. So there is an immediate requirement why a child has to listen. And we all are children, believe it or not. We all need some small rewards, small compulsions, all of it to enhance our skills, to get better at life. Sure. So give yourself this reason that you should listen to something and then talk about it for 2 to 3 minutes. Now, what you listen to need not be a 10-minute long file. You can take a 3-minute audio video and then play it 3 times the first 10 minutes. Because you may not understand everything in the first go, and it's absolutely okay. And choose videos from standard channels like YouTube channels of National Geographic or National Geographic is something that I like, so I keep telling it. But then you can go with History Channel or Animal Planet or BBC or CNN, any native speakers channel. If you want to learn more of the American style of English, go with CNN, or even take some clippings from any movie that you like. So now the advantage of YouTube is that you can even watch it with subtitles. To start with, it is okay even to watch with subtitles. Nothing wrong in it. So replay it a couple of times until you understand 3 or 4 times. Because the first time you read or first time you listen to something, you're focusing only on understanding the concept, right? So they talk about the planet, you want to know about the planet. You're not focusing on vocabulary, sentence formation. No. You just want to know the story or the concept. The second or the third time you listen to it, you focus on vocabulary and sentence formation. So listen to it minimum twice, if necessary, thrice also. And now some of you might think like all the videos on YouTube are very long if you choose for National Geographic. YouTube has a feature wherein you can filter the videos based on the duration also. So you go with the short videos and then you can watch it a couple of times. After watching the same video 3 or 4 times, switch on the audio recording on your phone. So don't worry about having no people around you who speak English. So you are a radio jockey now. The whole world is listening to you. Switch on your audio recording on the phone and say, hello, everyone. Today I watched this video and this is what I understood from it. And this is what I really liked about it. This is what I learned from it. And I don't agree with this part that was discussed in this video. So you can agree, disagree, share your thoughts, opinions, your reflections. Can you connect it with any part in your life? You can think about all of it and speak about it the next 5 minutes. So you can speak just for 2 minutes or 3 minutes and record it. And later, listen to your own recording. I'm sure the first time you may not like your own recording, but as and when days progress, I'm sure you will start enjoying it. So listen, speak, record is the mantra. Listen for 10 minutes, speak for 2 to 3 minutes, and then listen to your own recording for another 2 to 3 minutes. So 15 minutes every day dedicated for this. Block your calendar. It can be immediately after the session. It can be immediately after you wake up, during your breaks, whatever it is. But make sure you have 15 minutes dedicated for this. Yeah. So that is your standard assignment. And this in turn shall help you in enhancing, because more than reading all grammar books in the world, listening and reading can help you to enhance your grammar, sentence construction, everything. Provided listening is followed by speaking and reading is followed by writing. Okay, that became a very long answer. Okay, now let's get started. I did this exercise so that you all understand what people expect in general. None of you asked me where am I from, but we all say that in our introduction, right? It's of no use or no interest unless the person who is listening to you is from the same place. Yeah, then you may be able to connect easily, but otherwise it carries very less value. Or if you're in an international forum, then yes, you have to tell people where you're from because people are wondering, what language do you speak, what do you think, and all of it. So it's okay to say where you're from, but then that's not of prime importance. Your name certainly is important, and if you wish, you can say where you're from, but then definitely mention about your achievements, the special qualities you have, all of this. For me, whenever I introduce myself, I would definitely say BBC Learning English featured by tips on English language teaching. So that is my biggest achievement, that BBC featuring me on their website, on their YouTube channel. So similarly, you might have something. Yeah. So now do not worry about whether it's considered as an achievement for the rest of the world or not. It is an achievement for you. So for a person who had dyslexia, who was struggling to understand words, if the person can make one proper sentence today, it is an achievement for that child, right? So he can definitely say that I can make sentences successfully today after attempting it for like the last 2 3 years. So anything that you feel is an achievement for you, you can definitely include that. Of course, you can share your designation, what you do, designation or whatever you do in your job. That is something that you can include in your introduction. But what attracts people is your achievements, your strengths, what you're good at, and your hobbies. Yeah. If they have similar hobbies, they can connect easily. So when you talk about your hobbies, you need not say my hobbies are ABC. You can always say I love painting, I enjoy reading, all of this. Yeah, we will listen to different things today. But to start with, I would like to hear from all of you. Just introduce yourself, have that big smile on your face to be more confident when you speak. I would like you to think about a moment that makes you feel really proud of yourself. This in turn will make sure that your body language, voice modulation, all of it falls into place. Because when you think about the happiest moment or a moment that makes you feel proud of yourself, you wouldn't sit like this and speak like, hello everyone, I am Balaji. I am an English language trainer. I love teaching. You won't speak like that when you think about a moment that makes you feel proud of yourself, right? So think about that moment that makes you feel proud of yourself and deliver your fantastic introduction to all of us. I give you 1 minute to prepare. All right. Um, Fine. This time we'll start with Praveen.
Yeah. Well, the moment when I've been proud of myself was when I won my tennis match. My in-school tennis match.
Mhm. No, you just have to think about the proud moment of your life. Of course, you can include it in your achievements,
Yeah.
but introduce yourself.
Oh, sorry. My name's Praveen, and I study in the Samhita Academy. I'm an eighth grade student, and I love drawing, and I play tennis very well.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it.
Wonderful. Could you nominate the next person whom you would like to ask them to introduce?
Well, Tenu.
Okay. Yeah, then go ahead.
Hi, I'm Tenapan. I am studying ninth. My hobby is drawing. I will play. I will well played a football player. That's all.
Very good. Okay. So I play football well. Yeah. Instead of I well played football player. I play football well. Or I'm a good football player. Okay. Tenu, can you nominate the next person?
Sanjay. That. So,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes, dear, I can hear you.
Sanjay.
Sanjay. Yes, Sanjay. Please go.
Yeah, guys. Hi, guys. I'm Sanjay. I'm a designer. Like I like he said, I also love to draw. And, previously, I worked in a gaming company, like a 2D game, not like that. So now I'm trying to go for abroad. That's why I attend this class. So I want to check my skills and I want to learn something new. So I need a little bit confident about. That's why I joined this group. So that's all.
Wait, could you, okay. Could you nominate the next person? Sanjay, you have to nominate someone else.
What?
You have to nominate someone else. Call someone else and ask them to introduce themselves.
I can see only 2 members.
Check the participants list.
Praveen, the guy told about draw. He love to drawing, right?
Yeah. No. Sanjay, you have to choose someone who hasn't introduced themselves yet.
But I can see only 2 members. I think
So we have Sunita ma'am, Divya, and Narpal and Mahendran who are ready to introduce.
okay.
So,
Can you tell again? I can't hear you.
All right. No worries. Sunita ma'am, could you go ahead? Please mute your mics when you're not speaking. Sunita ma'am,
okay.
could you introduce yourself? Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
So myself, Sunita Shinde, and you know my son Pranav very well, I think. Sir, I am from Thane, Mumbai, Maharashtra, and I'm housewife. And just 1.5 years before, I have completed my fashion designing course.
Wow.
And my hobbies are painting. Since from my childhood, I do paintings, and I got many prizes in my this hobby. Just 10 years before, I got prize from the Home Minister, Mr. R.R. Patil.
Wow.
He awarded me the first prize in painting. I do rangolis also very nicely, and I got many prizes in rangolis also. Thank you. And sir, I want to say one thing. I'm very impressed by you and your English.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks.
So, sir, my problem is, so can I speak?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, my problem is, I can understand what the person says in English, but it's difficult me to speak. If you ask sudden any question, then it's very difficult me to speak in English. So, this is my
That's how we all start.
thank you.
Thank you. This is great. Okay, so ma'am has completed the fashion design course 1.5 years ago. Her son works for Pro. I'm not sure how long has he been working, but ma'am taking up a course and finishing it successfully and winning awards on that. Wonderful, great. I'm inspired. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, ma'am, can you nominate anyone else from Narpal, Divya, or Mahendran?
Vidya.
Divya. Yes, Divya.
Yeah,
Please go.
Divya.
Divya, could you introduce yourself?
Hi, this is Manoj, not Divya. This name is wrong.
Okay, you can rename yourself. Just go to that name, and there is more
Yeah,
option.
correct it. Okay, no. Hi, I'm Manoj. I'm from Chennai. I have done currently I'm Bangalore. I have done in engineering the field of civil. I currently work in Casa Grande. Currently, I'm worked with Casa Grande at a project manager. I love drive.
Okay.
That's it, sir.
Wonderful. Okay, good. Thank you so much. Now let's ask. Manoj, you can nominate the next person. Mahendran or Narpal, any one of them.
Mahendran.
Mahendran. Yes, Mahendran.
Hi, all. This is Mahendra. I'm a IT consultant, which have a 12 years experience across multiple companies. And basically, I know about English. English isn't but actually I teach and learn English while I'm working. So I basically start from scratch. I know, but I'm here to make sure, just to understand and understand all my vocabularies and just to talking, understanding the pronunciations. So that's major agenda why I'm joined here. And achievements. I think major achievement I done because I was still running. Achievements are a lot, so I not say one or two. So it should be in life till then. So I think achievement I done, but I'm happy with what I'm at and what I'm focusing. I have some goals, achievements like I had to set up a company and it's already in progress. But there's a lot of man-made people arrangement and a lot of things in backend. So still it's in progress. So it's time. So I have more time to do. So yeah, this about me. I was basically from I saw this at the start. I was basically from Chennai, and right now in Dubai right now, doing my working file in the company here. Like,
Great.
yeah, I can nominate now.
Narpal. Yes, Narpal.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Narpal Singh. I am from Rajasthan. I'm working in IT company. I've done exceptionally well in IT sector, and I'm doing actually. The only one I must not say problem. The only one lacuna that is my com skill a bit, especially in the pronunciation skills. That is because I have studied from a village school, and I realized that I have few weakness, and this pandemic gave me opportunity to overcome that weakness. So that is why I am here, and we are glad that Balaji is with us. He can identify our mistakes and he can correct them. That will help us in the whole life. And my hobbies are I love swimming, I love traveling. I have traveled 4 5 countries, and sometimes trekking. Thank you.
Okay, great. Great to know about you, Narpal. Well, now let's quickly take a look at some of the things you said. There are certain corrections that we have to make. For Temu's introduction, I already corrected on the spot. Then later I heard somebody say, uh, okay, okay, when you say myself, myself Balaji, so never say that in the introduction. Myself is used when you did something without anyone's help. Yeah, I cooked this myself. Uh, I made the bed myself. Uh, I made the coffee myself. I created a software myself. I launched a website myself. So this is how you use the word myself, not in your introduction by saying myself. Uh, So whenever you introduce yourself, you can say I am or my name is. Yeah. So you can say my name is Balaji, or you can say I am Balaji. Both are fine. Um, and okay, a lot of us said I am this and this. Okay, so when you say I am manager, I am housewife, there's something that you're missing. I am a housewife. I am a manager. Yeah. If you're saying IT professional, then you have to say I am an IT professional. I think that also many people missed. I am an IT professional. The articles for you know that before AE, use sounds, we use and. Yeah, it's a
I
very
think so.
vast. Yeah,
So it's not articles, it's vowels, I believe.
also AEIOU here, but and is an article.
Oh yeah, sorry. And's an article.
So we use and before vowel sounds and before consonant sounds. If it's a singular noun that comes after that. Now, what is a noun? Uh, all living and non-living things around you are nouns. All living and non-living things around you are nouns. Person, people, a dog, a book, a pen, a laptop, uh, a light bulb, a phone, uh, an ornament, uh,
Glasses,
glasses. Yeah. So all
vases,
these. Sorry.
vases.
Yeah, places are nouns, but then we don't use a and the.
Yeah.
So all the living and non-living things are nouns. If you're talking about only one of them, use a or and before that. Now, confused about vowels and consonant sounds, it's a very vast topic. But if I have to simplify it for you, I would just say, just see if you obstruct the flow of air or not. And old, so you don't say an old. Yeah, an old. Yeah, an old man. Oh, art, an art. So for the vowel sounds, what happens is there are sounds like a, egg, e, and eagle. No, it's not e, it's e, eagle. There are an echo, a again. So if you carefully observe, vowel sounds are they do exist in all our languages also. If you carefully observe, vowel sounds are those where you do not obstruct the flow of air. E, O, A, I, O, ow, all these kind of sounds. But if you take consonant sounds, you would immediately obstruct the flow of air. Ma, you're closing your mouth at the beginning itself. Per, you're closing your mouth at the beginning itself. If you say fur, again, you're obstructing the flow of air with your lips and the teeth. You're biting your lower lip. That way, you're obstructing the flow of air once again. Ver, once again, you obstruct the flow of air. So, l, your tongue touches the upper palate, l, and then, so obviously, you're obstructing the flow of air again. So you do not obstruct the flow of air for vowel sounds. If this is very confusing for you, I would like you to just hold on to it for some time. Okay, I'll share some useful links that can possibly help you to understand this better. Yeah. For now, make sure that there is an article before any singular noun. Yeah. So I am a housewife. I am an IT professional. Okay. I'm an English language trainer. Okay. Uh, I am worked with this company. So when you say I currently, you can just say I currently work with, or you can say I am currently working with. Both are fine, but you cannot say I am worked. You can say I am tired. You can say I am angry. You can say I am upset. You can say I am disappointed. You might be wondering if I can say I'm disappointed, sounds like a past tense, but it's not past tense. I'm disappointed is just like I am hungry, I am angry, I am sad, I am happy. It is an adjective. Okay? It is not a past tense. So do not combine am with past tense. You can just say I am working with this company if it is for short duration. But if it's for a longer duration, you can say I work with this organization. So I work with is also fine. I work with is also fine. But preferably use I work with. That sounds like you're not someone who jumps company every 1 year. Yeah. So it is good to say I work with this organization. And someone said I love drive. After you say I love, you could say I love driving. I love driving. I love doing this. I love doing that. So today, as it's the first day and we are a little bit short of time, I am correcting all the errors. From the next session, you will be doing it by yourself, or your friends will support you in correcting your errors. Okay? I teached. How would you correct it? Yeah, anyone who knows the answer can mute that. Yes, dear.
I thought. Yeah.
I thought. Yeah, there is no teached. I thought. Okay. Okay. Okay, I am basically from Chennai. Anyone else who can correct it? Yes, ma'am.
I am from Chennai.
That's it. You don't need to say basically. Basically means for the most part. You cannot be for the most part from a place, right? Your heart, lungs, kidney, most of the parts cannot be from a place. I just say this to make it easy to understand. Basically means for the most part. For example, thermodynamics is a subject that basically deals with dissipation of heat. So for the most part, it talks about dissipation. There may be something else, but then for the most part, it talks. But I cannot be for the most part from one place. I am from one place. Okay. Study. Okay, I think we are good. So these are some of the errors that I wanted to correct. Now, stepping into what we wanted to discuss for today. The best practices we follow. There are some best practices that I follow. There are some best practices that you follow, right? With respect to your work, there are certain things that you follow as a best practice. So let's take it with respect to work. What are the best practices that you follow with respect to work? If you are a student, think about what are the best practices you follow as a student. So for me, I always prepare for my classes in advance. I always start my sessions on time. I always try to give feedback during the session rather than keep it for later. I always enjoy teaching. Um, I am completely present when I teach. I am not distracted when I teach. So these are some of the best practices that I follow. So I said, I do this, I do that. I'm not changing anything with respect to the verb, right? I practice this. I start the sessions on time. Start is the verb. I'm not saying I will start. I'm not saying I started. Because I will start would mean that only from tomorrow or next week I'm going to start the sessions on time.
Basically the future.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say I will start. I say I start my sessions on time because I'm talking about past, present, and future. My best practice is followed all the time, right? So for that, you don't have to make any changes to the verb. I start my sessions on time. I do this, I do that. I practice singing every day. This is how you can talk about your best practices. Again, I give you 1 minute to think about the best practices that you follow. And then I would ask you to speak. Okay, to start with, Narpal, would you talk about some of the best practices that you follow?
Sure, thank you. I always wake up early. I take healthy breakfast. I always do yoga around 30 minutes. What else? I always go for a walk. I enjoy my work. I go to bed early. Yeah, that's all.
Wonderful. Could you nominate the next person, Narpal?
Yeah, I would like to nominate. One second, I'm checking name. Uh, Mahindran. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
Mahindra. Yeah,
Hi, hi.
yes, Mahindra.
Sorry.
Could you talk about the best practices you follow?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I can.
Balaji, please go ahead further. I'll connect something. I have some
Distracted?
notes.
Sure, sure. Okay. So in that case, let me ask Sanjay, could you?
Yes. Actually, I understand. I don't understand your questions.
So what is your job? You work as a designer, right?
Yeah.
So what are the best practices you follow as a designer with respect to work? What are the things that you never miss or always do?
Yeah. I always do my artworks, like improving my art style, and then rotamis and all.
Sorry?
No, practice like something like new art styles. I want to find my
There
own
is
art
an
style.
echo for some. Your voice is not very clear to me.
Sorry, today I didn't charge my headphones, so I cannot understand. So that's why this information.
Sure. So, can you tell me one I think you mentioned is like you always work on improving.
Yeah, I was always work on my designs
Okay.
for improvement.
Okay.
All days, like to draw
Good.
and make some new concepts, and then to find my new art style. For that, I need to work hard for that. I still
Okay.
not find my art style, but I'm working on it. So every artist have to find their own art style. Then only they can shine, right? So that's why I'm on my path for that.
Okay. So you have to find your own style.
Yeah, try
Okay.
to find my own style.
All right. Could you nominate the next person?
Now I can say Praveen.
Praveen. Yes, Praveen.
As I said in the starting, I'm a student. Well, the best practices I do is study and never miss on any work.
Make sentences, please.
Oh yeah, I mean the practices I follow at first is never miss any classes. and then I never, mm, yeah, I never miss any assignments or delay, you know, send it late, and then attend, um, what else do I do? Study, you know, study most of the times,
Mhm.
and improve my diagrams if any of them are bad. Yeah, that's it.
Great. Wonderful. Good. Could you nominate the next person?
Well, nominate Sumita.
Sunita, ma'am, please.
I daily get up early in the morning. I do all my work daily in time. I love singing. I love shopping, cooking. My family always have dinner together. Enough. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Could you nominate the next person? I think only Tenupan is left. You can nominate.
So I don't know the name.
Tenapan is the only person left,
Already.
so you can. Ma-
Praveen?
Mahindran is busy, I guess. He got into something else. So only Tenapan is pending, ma'am. You can call Tenapan is the name, or Tenu.
Yeah, I am not looking the list of the persons, participants.
Participants
Just,
list.
just, just, just. Mahendra, Mahendran,
Ma'am, I think he had something
Okay,
else. Are you
fine,
back?
fine. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Narpal Singh.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mahindran got it.
Actually, yeah. What me, what I'm planning is I plan my work for next day. Before that, like, what's the plan time in the official work? What's the timeline? And what is the meeting time? Everything we will come out. So obviously, the timeline will be fixed. So I plan my work accordingly. And I plan my day also. Like if I want to go by fixed time will be there. Like for walking will be there. Like this time the walking time. So I already started. So I called. And there's something like fixed time will be there. Sleeping on time and getting up on time. Because I work for more than 14 to 15 hours, so I just schedule my time. Depends on whether I can focus on work and work my life. So that's like that.
All right. Again, there is some disturbance in the audio, but then I got most of what you said. I plan my work for the next day. A fixed time will be there. So instead of saying a fixed time will be there, we can say I have a fixed time for it. So I like sleeping on time. You can also say I sleep on time. I work for more than 14 to 15 hours. Wonderful. So yeah, Tenu, you are the only one who said to speak. Please go ahead.
Yes. I will prepare for my
Adya
class.
Tinkana.
I prepare for my class test.
Good.
And then I will wake up. I will wake up earlier. I wake up earlier.
You will wake up from when? Next year? Next month?
No. I wake up earlier.
Very good. I wake up early.
I will not miss any assignments.
From when?
So sorry. I will not.
No.
I
Instead of will, what word should you use? If you regularly do not miss, I want all of your attention here. So Tenu just said, I will not miss any assignments. I will not miss means from today I will not miss. Yeah. So
Yes.
they say this statement about people who promise to give up bad habits, like from tomorrow I will not do this. So they will always say from tomorrow because they're not doing it now. But I think Tenu is doing it even now. So you should not say I will not. So what should you say? Instead of will not,
I do not. I
that's
do
it.
not miss any assignments.
Hmm.
I will. Sorry. I will play every. Sorry. Uh, I
Just remove the
play.
will. Ah,
I play every day. That's
hmm.
all.
I play every day. Great, good. Okay. By the way, Praveen has given one more alternative. He said, I never miss my assignment. That is also a good one. I do not miss my assignments, or I never miss my assignments. Okay, great. So, by the way, congratulations to all of you that now you have used the simple present form to talk about the best practices you follow. Simple present is not used for what is happening right now. Simple present is using the verb as it is. I wake up early. I start on time. I work hard. I do this. I do that. Or I don't work hard. I don't delay my projects. I don't do this. I don't. So this is your best practices, and this is simple present also. Then what about doing right now? I am talking to you, happening right now, only this moment. I'm talking to you. I'm drinking water, happening right now. Yeah. So you use this ing form if something's happening right now, but we use the simple present when something happens in the past, now, and future. We'll discuss this a little bit more in detail because there are some special cases here when it comes to this simple present. Because for I, we can just say, I do this, I do that, I start on time, I wake up early, I cook well, or I am very careful with doing something. But if the same I changes to something else, if I say my mother, I would say my mother wakes up early, my mother cooks well, my mother teaches really well, my mother loves to read, my mother loves to go horse riding. So this is how I can talk about another person, not you, not me, but another person, he, she, or an it. So in that case, I have to add s to the verb, but we'll discuss that more in detail tomorrow. For now, I am happy that all of you are able to use the simple present to talk about your best practices. Tomorrow, we will learn to use simple present to talk about another person's best practices and then get into how to use past forms to talk about an action that happened in the past. Yeah. Well, in the meantime, I'm going to send you a link on the WhatsApp group where somebody would talk about the routine. Yeah. Routine is also something that happens on a regular basis, right? Past and future. So all the time if something happens, we use simple present. I would like you to listen to that, watch that video and note down the sentences that are used in simple present. Yeah. Listen to that. Most of the sentences would be in simple present, but there are some exceptions. Okay. So listen, and I want you to note down all the sentences that are in simple present. I'll send the instructions on WhatsApp once again, but just remember this. You can listen to the video any number of times you want. Yeah, no exceptions to that. If we want to watch it with subtitles, that is also okay. Fine. So any questions from your side?
Not so much, sir.
Okay.
No questions.
Okay, I hope there are no questions at this moment. Thank you so much. I'm glad you introduced yourself today and you also used simple present to talk about your best practices. Yeah, I had already told you what we do tomorrow, but as an assignment, I would like you to invest some time to watch the video and note down the use of simple present. Thank you so much, all of you. Take care. Bye bye. I'll see you
Thank you.
tomorrow.
Bye, sir.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
sir.
Bye.